What's happening with Manchester United? Losing 0-1 to Bayern Munich at Old Trafford, December 13th last Wednesday in the UEFA Champions League, adding to MU's suffering this season. After losing to the bottom team in the Premier League, they have now lost to Bayern Munich and dropped out of the group phase as bottom of the table. Champions League and European League. In the match held at Old Trafford, the hosts actually needed a win to maintain their hopes of progressing to the knockout phase, but they couldn't do much and gave up in front of their own supporters after Kingsley Coman put the ball through Andre Onana's goal in the 71st minute. The remaining minutes were not able to be maximized by Erik ten Hag's team, and they had to end their dream in the European League this season. Bayern Munich, who had confirmed qualification before this match was held, ensured they finished at the top of Group A with a collection of 16 points, while Manchester United were in bottom position and did not qualify for the Europa League playoffs. Meanwhile, Bayern Munich was accompanied by FC Copenhagen, after they won the final group stage match against Galatasaray with a score of 1-0 at Parken Stadium, December 13th last Wednesday. After the match, Erik ten Hag admitted that his team had made a mistake and were eliminated from the Champions League. "We didn't succeed, we have to accept and learn from this," ten Hag told TNT. The Dutch coach added that Man United had actually played well. However, this was not enough to bring victory. "We made mistakes. Today our performance was very good. We didn't deserve to lose, but we lost the game. In the end, it wasn't good enough," ten Hag said. For Manchester United, being bottom and being kicked out of European competition made them repeat their bad record 17 years ago. The last time the Red Devils finished at the bottom of the Champions League group phase was in the 2005-2006 season. Manchester United also became the first Premier League team to be at the bottom of the Champions League group phase on two different occasions. Arsenal wins the title of Group B champions. Match the representative team from the other Premier League is Arsenal. The Gunners managed to win the title of Group Champions with a total of 13 points from 6 matches, after holding host PSV Eindhoven to a draw in the top match of the Champions League group phase with a score of 1-1 at Philips Stadium, Eindhoven. While PSV Eindhoven accompanied them in second place with 9 points, as reported by the official UEFA website. The results of this match did not affect the position of the two teams in Group B, however, both teams gave their best performance. Arsenal appeared strong, breaking the deadlock first through Edin Ketia after good work from Cedric and Nelson. PSV Eindhoven did not remain silent. In the second half, in the 50th minute to be precise, they managed to equalize through Jorg Vertiezen after receiving a breakthrough pass from Pepe. Even though both teams created several chances, the final score remained 1-1, bringing smiles of satisfaction to both teams. Meanwhile, in another Group B match, Lens secured a Europa League ticket after beating guests Sevilla with a score of 2-1 at the Stade Bollaert. Delius, Lens. In the last 5 matches, Lens has performed better, securing victory with a record of 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. The opening goal came in the second half when Lens took the lead through Przemysław Frankowski's penalty in the 63rd minute, after Boubakary Somer fouled Facundo Medina in the box. Sevilla equalized through a Sergio Ramos penalty in the 79th minute after a VAR review showed a foul on Youssef En-Nesyri in the area. Sevilla's hopes of a positive result were dashed in the 96th minute when Florian Sotoka stole the ball and passed it to Angelo Fulgini, who coolly slotted home through goalkeeper Marko Dmitrovic. An exciting match that ensures Lens enter the Europa League with enthusiasm. 2 other Premier League teams, namely Newcastle United and Manchester City, will compete on December 14, 2023. Newcastle United expects a miracle. Newcastle United will face AC Milan at the St. Petersburg Stadium. James Park. Both Newcastle and AC Milan still have hopes of qualifying for the last 16 of the Champions League if they win this match. However, winning alone is not Enough, there is another condition to enter the top 16, namely that Borussia Dortmund can beat PSG in another match. If PSG wins over Dortmund, then the Newcastle vs Milan result is useless. The hopes of both teams were lost, no matter who and with whatever score they won. A Newcastle team that is feeling tired must get up, says Eddie Howe. He urged exhausted Newcastle to bounce back after their 4-1 defeat at Tottenham as the Magpies prepare for their Champions League clash with AC Milan on Wednesday. Howe's men must beat Milan at St. James Park in their final Group F game and hope Paris Saint-Germain drop points against Borussia Dortmund if they are to progress to the last 16. After waiting 20 years to return to the Champions League, Newcastle are desperate to extend their adventure in Europe's elite club competition. However, hampered by injuries, Tottenham's heavy defeat in the Premier League showed that they could run out of steam at the worst possible time. With Newcastle languishing in 7th place in the Premier League, 7 points adrift of the top 4, a return to the Champions League next season cannot be taken for granted. This makes this season's run at the tournament even more significant for the Saudi Arabian-backed club, whose owners did not buy the Magpies to see them progress to Europe's second and third tier competitions. If PSG win against Dortmund, Newcastle will be eliminated whatever their result against Milan. But Howe hopes the return to fitness of England striker Callum Wilson and energetic midfielder Sean Longstaff, who both came off the bench against Tottenham, will provide a much-needed boost. We have new hopes. Callum and Longstaff are two big players for us, said Howe. This is despite Newcastle's fitness problems, which have contributed to 4 defeats in their last 7 games. Howe wants his team to use the pain of their failure as fuel for a dynamic performance against Milan. We have to be positive, accept the pain and fight, Howe said. Meanwhile, another Premier League team is still strong at the top of Group F of the Champions League, namely Manchester City. Manchester City playing without Luis. Manchester City will visit Red Star Belgrade's headquarters at the Rajko Mitic Stadium, Belgrade, Serbia, Thursday, December 14, 2023. The citizens have no burden at all in their away match because they are certain to win tickets to the top 16. The citizens have confirmed that they will advance to the round with the status of winners of Group G. This is because currently they have collected 15 points and will not be able to be passed by RB Leipzig, who are in 2nd place with 9 points. Man City is very strong because they always win in the 5 matches they have played. Even though he already has a safe position and is far superior to Red Star Belgrade, Guardiola doesn't want to take it lightly. The former Barcelona coach also does not want to carry out experiments against the Serbian representative. No, we don't experiment, we analyze the opponent to try and win the match, said Guardiola, as reported by the official UEFA website. Guardiola is also still not satisfied with Manchester City's achievements. The Spanish strategist wants to sweep the 6 group stage matches with a win. To make this happen, he realized that the citizen had to perform at their best. When you think about winning all 6 group games, it is a question of trying to run the game, trying to perform well, preparing the game to win it, said Guardiola. Even though he will not carry out experiments, Guardiola will still rotate the Manchester City squad. He will give opportunities to his players who rarely get playing minutes. We were going to change some players, but that was after 3 days and a lot of travel. I'm happy that tomorrow we can see some players we rarely see, said Guardiola.